So here we're working on getting Prairie to walk forward more freely, sort of give him permission to go forward since he thinks he's not supposed to. And he's doing pretty good. Excellent. That was very good. Good boy. Should I slap you on the shoulder too?
I'm going to slap you. Yeah, this is fun. I like it.
It's helping him a lot.
We're figuring it out.
Yeah. I'm not too concerned with where he puts his head. I know I've got to maintain this very soft cognitive contact, just barely touching him. And I need to make sure that I give forward when I ask him to go forward. I always thought you were supposed to have contact at all times, but I see that's not the case. It can block him. Can you see how he's starting to walk like a panther here? This is how he walks when he's in the pasture. He's got a beautiful walk. The heavier contact I've tried from time to time has not been helpful in getting him to go forward, especially because I tend to get very stiff and locked up and bossy when I try it. So it's better if I just stay soft. Hey, that helped him. That helped him know he was supposed to stop.
I know I let him know by going like that. Like,
That got his attention.
yeah.
You're doing real good there, buddy.
You ready?
I know it's a lot. And walk.
If he falls out with me on the inside, we'll know something. But he's not. Perfect. Look at that.
Yes, beautiful. Good boy.
Wow. Who's going to get it with this training?
I think so. Good boy. Let's try making the circles just a little bit wider. That's kind of a tiny circle for him. So stay out like 10 feet from the bucket.
Yeah. That's good.
Yes. Now you need to come in a little more. He's on the right path. You're pushing him out a little.
Yeah.
Oh, that was perfect. We're going to do the same thing on this circle.
Yeah.
I think it's lovely the way he's maintaining an even contact in both reins. He's not having a big problem with falling in or falling out. He does a little bit now and then, but he's kind of learning to catch himself. Okay, so coming up, we're going to have a split screen where you get a view from the GoPro and also a view from the fence line. And what I'm going to try to do is have Prairie walk along without his training wheels. And we're just going to see what happens. And I didn't notice this until I actually tried it, but a lot of stuff gets cut out at the edges of the screen. Okay, so we're going to go all the way around this circle. Then I'm going to ask you to just stop in place. And I'm going to see if I can get him to just walk. Okay, so you just stay in place, and I'm going to see if he'll go without you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're doing good there, buddy. You're not allowed to root, though. There, good boy. And walk. Walk on. Walk on. Walk on. Good boy. It's funny, you can see his uncertainty about walking forward. He kind of turns and looks at Dave like, are you coming or what? But he goes. Yes, good boy. Oh, he's doing a little move out here. Now come this way. Oh, good boy. Now we're starting to make a second go round on the circle, and Prairie dives in and does a turn in and it completely misses the bucket. So this was not such a, he didn't do so hot the second time around, but at least he went, and maybe this will build his confidence. Here's the view just riding around on Samba a little bit. And I was doing an experiment on this particular day. After I tacked her up, I just went straight and got right on her. I didn't do any lunging or ground exercises or any kind of preliminaries to get her listening and paying attention. I just got on her. And I noticed it took a little bit longer to get her started listening to me and obeying. And when she first starts out, she always kind of stumbles along, and she just can't stop moving her feet.
Girl.
So it's hopeless to try to do a lot of stop and go in the beginning.
You're doing super
You
good.
just
now.
kind of have to let her calm down, ask for some turn in, some move out here and there, and then eventually she'll just settle. And then she starts to get good. So this is quite good here for her to be able to stand still. Often when I stop her, she knows that we're going to be going next, so she just goes without being asked. But here she's stopping and she's waiting until I ask her to go forward. We've been getting a ton of rain this past week, and my arena is kind of soupy off and on. Sometimes there's standing water, and if I ride the horses on it, they just tear it up too much. So I moved my buckets over closer to the fence because that's the dry area of my arena. But here I'm just kind of doing some figure eights with her. She's not being super obedient and handy today, and she's not stretching over her top line as much as she usually does. I haven't really been focused on that too much. I've kind of been trying to feel my seat more lately, and I have focused on that and not the stretching.
Yeah. 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 That's right. Good girl.
Here she's starting to reach down more and kind of concentrate and get focused, and it ends up that that's where I stop the tape. Back by popular demand, I'm going to show you a little bit of my ground exercises where I'm trying to feel my hips move. Now the first couple I do here are what you describe in your book as, kind of like falling on your forehand, where your whole body just tips forward. Yeah, okay, I can do that. That's easy. But I take it that's not what I'm supposed to do. So I got to do the other way with the hips. And that's a lot harder. So I've got my wheelbarrow here, and I thought it might be easier if it was a little heavier. I might be able to feel it more. So it's got some hay in it. And I'm just going back and forth and trying to do what you say, to move the hips forward and let the toe drag forward. I mean, let your leg kind of like naturally come forward. And I'm trying to do that in the stop too. And the whole rest of this video is nothing but this. So if you find yourself getting bored, you can cut it off and you won't have missed anything. And I've done this exercise so much now, I'm losing the ability to walk at all. I'm so self-conscious now, and I'm trying to feel it, and I'm not feeling it. And it's amazing I can even locomote from one place to the next. Tell me if any of these look right, like I'm doing it right. There's several repetitions here. Hips going forward, yeah. I'm trying to keep my shoulders back and square also when I go and I stop. I'm reading that little book for all it's worth. I can barely stand up now. I feel like I'm from the Ministry of Silly Walks. And my husband just got home from work. Hips forward. I don't know. I don't think I'm getting it. I don't know how to do this. Now I'm trying to kind of drag each hip forward as I take a step. Holy crap. Oh man, now I look ridiculous. Oh. Oh, this is just too dumb. I have no words. I don't even know what to say about this to narrate it. Okay, now I'm going to break it up a little by walking in a circle and see if I feel my hips moving now. And I do not. This is like a foreign language to me.